Bunny token, bunny token, bunny token. Okay, today we're going to make a bunny token and using a different method than last tutorial. Rather than using Adobe Photoshop and Illustrator, I want to show another method to how to create a custom size token. This token is from an upcoming game called Steam Up, a feast of dim sum, where you play all these delightful characters which are trying to eat as much dim sum as possible. If you want more information about it, I have a link in the description below. Okay, here we are in Blender. Delete the default cube, and now what we want to do is import image as plane to import our bunny token. If you can't see this option, you just need to enable it through Edit, Preferences, Add-ons, and just search up here, type image, and it should appear here. Just check this box and then you should have it. Shift A to add something new, image as plane, and find your bunny. Here it is. Now we can't see it because we're in solid mode, so let's change to look dev. Zoom in. We want to have it flat, facing upwards. You'll see why in a moment. So R, Y, 90 degrees, other way, R, Y, minus 90. All right, you don't want to have it the wrong side. And click 7 to view it from the top. Now we want to have it flat on the x-axis, facing upwards towards the y-axis. It's just for convenience. So R, Z, 90, again, R, Z, minus 90. I keep getting it wrong. And you want to move it along the y-axis so that the bottom of the token is almost exactly on the x-axis, right here. Now, what we want to do to create the mesh is to do that with what's called a curve. Curve, you go to Shift A, add curve, and add a Bezier curve. This is basically similar to what we had in the previous tutorial where we had a vector shape which didn't have any geometry. It's just a flat object. This is used for many things, creating paths and for physics. But for now, we're going to be using it to outline the shape of the token and then to turn it into a mesh and extrude it. So to do that, we need to select the Bezier curve, click Tab to go into edit mode, and now we can see the vertices. Now we want to delete those because we want to create our own. So delete those. You can take the draw tool over here and just draw one point somewhere around the 0, 0 axis, but we can always go here, open this panel, and if you can also do it with the hotkey N, and just make sure it's exactly on 0, 0, 0. Okay, now it's important to stay with the top view, a flat top view, by clicking 7, the number pad 7. Again, if you're on a laptop and you don't have the number pad, you can emulate it by going to Preferences, Input, and emulate number pad, and then just use the regular numbers. Okay, and make sure that if you move around, you don't lose that perspective. Otherwise, things will be really wonky. You want to have it completely flat. So we're starting with 1 point, and now what we want to do is to extrude it and slowly create this outline. We extrude with the hotkey E. Press E and you see it will draw a line. So let's start with the first line. We just want it straight because I think the bottom of the token is straight. So we can just press, just like regular navigation, X. It will lock to the x-axis, and we'll take it right up to the edge when the token starts curving. What we want to do then is to have change the handle type of the curve to be able to have it curvy, basically. So click V and change it to automatic. Then you see you get these two handles, which if you press R, will help you curve the curve around. I don't know how to say this in another way. Okay, let's create another one. Extrude E. Take the one, and whenever you have like a curve shape, you want to have one point at the beginning, one point in the middle, and another one when it starts changing the angle type. Okay, so we can see here that we need to adjust this a little. So we're going to go to this one first. We can even just click the right handle here, press R to rotate it, and S to scale it down. Okay, because here we don't want any curvature at all. Select the other one, R, select this one, R to rotate it, scale it in. And this is very intuitive. Once you start working on it, you will already feel like how it works and how sensitive it is. Okay, oops, see, I lost the angle. I should go back to it. Extract another point. Somewhere around here seems okay. Or, oops. Okay, always remember to Control Z if you make a mistake. Let's do that again. Okay. And it's really a matter of just eyeballing it very roughly, because eventually this will just turn to the general shape of your token. Now, I want to mention at this point, if your token is symmetrical, meaning it's the same on both sides, then you don't have to go all the way around. All you need to do is just turn on a mirror modifier. Go to modifiers, turn on a mirror modifier, and it'll create the same thing on the left and on the right. And you need to have merge ticked on, because of the moment you get to the other side, you'll have the two halves merged together. But this is not the case with our bunny, so let's just continue going around. I'll do a few more points and then I'll speed it up for you. Okay, so here we're taking the highest point of the curve, scale it up a little. You scale this point a little bit more. And again, this doesn't have to be super precise. If you can do it, then do it. But I don't think the result would look that much different. Just need to make sure there isn't any weird wiggly lines or things like that. Okay, I think I can speed it up now so you can see the entire process. Okay, and the last point, we want it to be in the exact same spot. So I place it roughly around the same place, but I just, again, put in the coordinates 0, 0, 0, and then it'll be in the exact same spot. And just make sure that the curve is right. Okay, the important thing about this method is just make sure there aren't too many points, otherwise you'll get weird geometry. Okay, so go out of edit mode. You can hide the bunny here for a second. And this is our basic token shape. The process now is very similar to what we did in the previous video, but we'll go over it quickly in case you skipped that one entirely. Okay, so first of all, hide the bunny here, and we want to create a duplicate of this in case something goes wrong, so we could always go back to it. So start by clicking Shift D. And okay, we should have named everything. So bunny curve, and this one bunny token. Okay, so this one right now is a curve. We want to turn it to a mesh. We go to Object, Convert to Mesh. And now you can see there's a lot of vertices. I think a little bit too many. We'll see if that gives us any problems, but this might be fine. We want to now fill this up, so select everything by clicking A, and then to fill this up with a face, which we could extrude, you press F. We have a nice face, and at least we don't get those messy lines like we did last time. Now we have the basic shape, it's filled in, so we should make it the right size and then extrude it. So this bunny token I have here, the dimensions, it's supposed to be 23 millimeters. So let's, and this is probably something I should have done earlier. It just makes it easier if you start with the right dimensions. Okay, so I'm shaping it like this so it will be in the right proportions, because I know that the 23 millimeters for the width, and then same proportions for the height. Okay, and now in order to extrude it, go back to edit mode, select the face and press E to extrude, Z, take it up. And we want it, these tokens will be 1 millimeter thick, so 0.001. Okay, that seems about right. Now we need to texture it. I've gone through this in my other videos. I can always do it again. You add a new material. Let's call it token, because this will be interchangeable for the other tokens. Image texture, open, find our bunny, and need to go to vector, generated. Now here's a problem. I did this on purpose because this happened to me many times, and it's easily solvable. For some reason, the token doesn't fit. Something is wrong here. And you could add a mapping node and start resizing it, but it actually has a very simple solution. Go to your tokens. Here, right here. Look at all these cute animals. Open it up. You can see I already fixed it here. You need to open it up in either Photoshop or any photo editing software, because all we need to do is just crop it as close as possible to the edges of the image. If you'll see here, okay, there's some space around here, and Blender reads that as dimensions. So in Photoshop, it's very easy. I just select it and crop it. Okay, now you can literally do this with any software, even the regular Windows image editor or Paint. You can just crop it to the right size and save it again as a PNG. I already did it, so I won't do it again. Okay, so we want to use bunny 1 for this. Open bunny 1, and there we go. Now it fits. Okay, we want to do now the border here. Use the same texture we created in the tutorial for tokens, the first tutorial for tokens. Append. Look for that tutorial. Go to the blend file, go to material, and cardboard side, or however you named it. Add a new texture. Sorry, go to edit mode. Alt and click on the side to select the loop, and just add your cardboard texture and click assign. Okay, let's last final touches. Make the token a little shinier, like we like doing. But this is basically it. Now we have the same result as we did in the last tutorial, but we didn't have to use Photoshop or Illustrator. And we have a bunny. So that's it. So as usual, don't forget to share, like, and subscribe, and check out Steam Up when it comes soon. This game is just super, super cute. You gotta check it out.